In April 1937, the small Basque town of Guernica was bombed by Nazi, German and Italian fascist planes. It was market day, civilians crowded the streets, the raid lasted just over 3 hours. When it ended, most of the town had been levelled, hundreds were dead, possibly more than 1,000, and nothing would ever be the same. But this wasn't just a military operation, it was a test run. Hitler's Luftwaffe was experimenting with a new tactic, terror bombing, targeting civilians to break morale, and Franco, the fascist leader of Spain, had allowed it. When Pablo Picasso heard about Guernica, he was living in Paris. He hadn't lived in Spain for years, but this struck a nerve. He was already working on a mural for the 1937 World's Fair. After the bombing, he scrapped his plan, and in just over a month, he created what would become one of the most powerful anti-war artworks in history. Guernica is huge, nearly 8 metres wide and 3.5 metres tall, painted entirely in black, white and grey. No colour, no blood, just chaos, contrast and pain. But what exactly are we looking at? At the centre, a screaming horse pierced by a spear. Above it, a light bulb shaped like an eye, watching everything. To the left, a mother wails, clutching her dead child. To the right, a person burns alive. A broken sword lies on the ground, and a single flower grows next to it. It looks like a nightmare, fragmented, distorted, almost impossible to fully grasp. But that's the point. This isn't a literal scene from the bombing. It's a psychological map of trauma. Picasso never explained what each symbol meant. He hated when people tried to reduce it to one interpretation. It isn't up to the painter to define the symbols, he said. The public should interpret them as they understand them. But there's one thing we do know. This painting is a scream, not a narrative, an emotional shockwave. Guernica isn't about a single war. It's about the civilian experience of all war. The panic, the senselessness, the collapse of meaning when violence enters daily life. In the late 1930s, as fascism spread across Europe, Guernica travelled to London, Scandinavia, and eventually to the US. Millions saw it. It became a symbol of anti-fascist resistance long before the world fully understood what fascism would become. Picasso had one condition: the painting would never return to Spain until democracy was restored. It stayed in exile, first in New York's MoMA, until 1981, 6 years after Franco's death. Today, it hangs in Madrid's Reina Sofia Museum. But even decades later, Guernica remains unsettling. You can't look at it and feel comfortable. You're not meant to. It's not just art, it's protest, trauma, memory. In a world still full of bombings, refugees, and civilian suffering, Guernica doesn't feel historical. It feels contemporary. Picasso once said, "Painting is not made to decorate apartments. It is an instrument of war." And Guernica is just that, a weapon. One made not of metal or fire, but of brushstrokes, shadows and silence.